I don't know if this is wind making my eyes watery or if I'm crying because it is so beautiful.
Yeah,
I think I'm crying. It's so pretty.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
This world is just so beautiful. I'm Sam and my husband's Nick, and we have been traveling the world bringing you around with us. Today we are exploring Milford Sound in Fiordland, New Zealand. Good morning and welcome to Milford Sound, New Zealand. We are at one of the most popular places in the entire country to come visit, and arguably in like this whole region. We are gonna take a 2.5-hour boat ride through the fjords of Milford Sound. It's a super popular thing to do when you come out here, and if you're gonna drive all the way out here, which you should, then you absolutely have to hop on one of these cruise ships. So we're gonna go cruise around the fjords this morning.
So our cruise starts at 11 a.m. You have to be there 30 minutes prior, and the closest parking lot is a 30-minute walk. Yes, a 30-minute walk. There is a paid parking lot, like in the town center, I guess, but I was told it's $10 per hour, and we're looking at being here for at least 4 hours. So, and I read that it's really small, so if you're willing to pay that and you can find a spot, then it's not a 30-minute walk. Okay, so a little history on Milford Sound. Let's skip over the 400 million years it took to create this beautiful landscape that is still breathtaking. But how did people end up here? A guy sailed here, we'll put his name here. I think he was British. I read this last night, so I'm trying to remember. This is usually Sam's job, so I'm trying to give you the history of Milford Sound because it's super fascinating. He sailed here, found how beautiful it was, went back, got his wife, came back, wanted to make it a city, and by 1914, I think, by the First World War, he ended up bringing more people here, and he actually built a hotel here, but the only way to get here was by ship. And then around 1930, he had passed away, and the wife sold the hotel to the government. The government built a tunnel, which we drove through to get here, so to make it more accessible and to make it what it is today.
I am deeply impressed that he knew that much about the history.
That was the Cliff Notes of the Cliff Notes version, because what I had in my head last night, I was like, I'm gonna tell you all the information, and I remember like 10% of it, so.
I'm usually the one that does that, so I'm very impressed, babe. Good job.
So when we checked the weather yesterday, it was supposed to rain. I'm mad at Sam for making me say this out loud, but right now it is blue skies, perfect weather. But here in New Zealand, that can change at the flip of a switch, so who knows?
They opened the front deck. This is where we're going. Here we go, babe. You excited?
Quick safety briefing as we depart the harbour and the likely emergency.
Alright, listen.
There are a couple of ways to see the fjords here in Milford Sound, like taking a boat. There are helicopter rides, there's airplanes, there's speedboats, and there's kayaking. So many different ways, but I will tell you the weather is usually very iffy, so make sure whatever you book, make sure it's the right time of year. Tomorrow is this guy's birthday, and this was like the one thing he really wanted to do.
This was my birthday gift.
This was his birthday gift. Happy birthday. The waterfall has a rainbow! Also, Nick like rushed to the front of the ship to be at the very front, and I'm so grateful for it because we are literally front row this whole ride.
You're not first, you're last.
This cruise is 2 hours long, and it looks like we're turning around and on our way back to where we started, but it is so beautiful. are waterfalls everywhere, snow-capped mountains. Everywhere the eye can look, there is like another mountain, another fjord, another island, and they're all just peeking out from the water, and it is absolutely remarkably stunning. Like Nick was saying, it's kind of foresty, so it's like this mixture of like this super tropical jungle, like cold jungle, amongst like Himalayan mountains. Like, how cool is that? Do you see that? Do you see that waterfall? That's what I'm talking about. They're everywhere. How does this beauty exist in the world? So cool.
So this is being filmed in the month of September, actually at the end of September, which is coming off their winter, and October and September are the best times to come here because it's right after the winter and all the snow is melting, which is creating all of these waterfalls. But there's still snow caps, so even through October you'll still get all these waterfalls.
There's a seal. There's seals right there. That's so cool. They're so cute. I wonder how they get up there. Do you see them?
I also read that there could be dolphins, but we haven't been lucky enough to see them yet. Maybe there are certain times of the year, I don't really know. It's coming off winter, but that would make this day absolutely perfect. The way back is a lot colder because you're not in the sun.
It's so cold. We've been in like mostly warm places for the last 8 months. We forgot what this cold was like. Oh, that was so cool.
Awesome. That was so awesome.
That was so cool.
It was very cold and wet,
I'm
but that's
shivering.
okay. That's okay. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
That was so cool. But the clouds are starting to come in, and we have about 20 minutes of this boat ride left. So I think we got very lucky.
So there's two. There's a mid-morning, which is the one we did, and then there's an afternoon one, which I think they do right as we get back. But I think the mid-morning one is the better
That's
option.
the better one. I'm heading back inside because it is so cold. I can hardly stand it. Oh my gosh, it's so much warmer in here. And we got this really cool spot. What do you think, babe?
Not too bad, but it is very chilly. This is almost October and it's still pretty cold. Milford Sound, Fiordland, New Zealand, 12 out of 10, recommend. I've never given that high of a rating before. Thank you. Wow, that was so amazing. Please, if you come to New Zealand, do yourself a favor and go to Milford Sound and the Fiordlands of New Zealand. Best thing you could possibly do in your entire life. Also, I think the morning one was a lot less busy. All these people are waiting to get on that same boat.
There are these flies here in Milford Sound that like are hard to explain unless you experience it, but let me tell you, they're like these little, they look like mosquitoes, but they're not. And I just learned that they're actually called sandflies, and they're native to the Milford Sound region. They fly everywhere, and they seriously feel like they're attacking you from every angle. They are all over the place, and no one tells you about this sandfly before you come here. So if you do come here, just know that there are sandflies everywhere, and bring bug spray. Now that was an amazing cruise, wasn't it, babe?
Yeah.
That was
12 out of 10 recommend.
so cool, but I'm still thawing out. I mean, I'm very cold. But we do have about a 30-minute walk back to our van. Oh, but I'm gonna be smiling ear to ear for a really long time after that. That was so cool. We seriously got so lucky with the weather. Like, I cannot get over it. Oh wow, that looks so good.
See that tail kick? Boom. And also something else to note is there's only one campsite, which is the one we're staying at. It's called Milford Sound Lodge, hashtag not an ad. I booked it way in advance and I'm very glad I did because people were trying to book last minute and they sell out. And the next one is like 40-minute drive out of Milford Sound, so definitely plan ahead.
Hi, Phoebe. Hi, Ducky. You're such a cool looking duck. This is Bob. He is our camper van all around New Zealand for 12 days. He's old, he's a little grumpy at times, he has a lot of miles on him, but he is taking us around safely. There's a beautiful, beautiful country. Like, ugh, I can't get over this backdrop. We hope that you enjoyed Milford Sound. We loved it. Like, I was so emotional. I'm emotional thinking about it. The beauty was out of this world. Unbelievable. Tomorrow, we are actually heading to Queenstown. So we will be having a full New Zealand food video in Queenstown, which is one of Nick's like top cities he's wanted to visit in this world for a very long time. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, do all the things, and until next time, we will see you on the go.
All right, listen.
So let me tell you a little bit about it.
This is said to be the 8th wonder of the world, but tell me, then Nick will tell you why it's
Yeah. It's said to be the 8th wonder of the world, but you're gonna have to wait.
Nick will tell you
But Nick will tell you a little bit more about that in a little bit.
why it's not.
Huh?
Why it's not the 8th wonder.
But Nick will tell you a little bit about why it's not the 8th wonder of the world.
So in 1890,
I can't believe you're doing the history right now.
because I read about it last night. So in 1890, this guy, will put his name right here, sailed here from, I think he was British.
Okay, this is painful.
Was he British?
Probably. Doesn't matter.
I think he was British. The guy who wrote the Jungle Book.
I have no idea, babe.
Okay. So a guy said,
You can take like a little, like, what are you?
there's an airplane and like, the bugs are everywhere. Stupid sandflies. Do you see these things? They're everywhere. You can't get rid of them. No karate chop will get rid of them.
You're trying.
All right, let's go.